You're in an elevator and your goal is to get the next meeting. And you did spend well over a minute, almost touched on it, a minute and a half, before you really talk about what you are doing. Start these presentations with a topic sentence such as, we are going to be the first ever community that does the following. Aha! How are you going to do that? How are you going to make money? Start at the beginning. We all get that there's a need for this. Throw all that stuff away. Get right to the meat, and I think you'll do very well, because in this space there are a lot of investors that are looking for ways to play. And you really need to tighten that up and get to the fundamentals that we need to see in 2 minutes so you can get that second year.
Brett, please.
So I agree with whoever said the question about, can you tell us what it is in one sentence? Because it took me the entire pitch and then reading this to fully understand what it is that your company is trying to do. In addition, I would also think about having an answer for why people would be more inclined to use your site versus a pre-existing microblogging site that is much more well-established that happens to have sustainability as one vertical. I don't know why, if you're a blogger, why you'd want to use your new site versus a Tumblr or something that already has a lot of users, a lot of people naturally going to it. Lastly, on your partner page, and I don't know if you guys have the same packet as we do, but it looks like you have some pretty well-known partners on here, like Google and Whole Foods. And in the pitch, I would absolutely bring that up because it adds credibility to your pitch. So moving forward, I would definitely bring up those types of partners.
I agree with the panels here as well. And again, I'd love to have a warm, fuzzy feeling about this. Sustainability is great. But the biggest two questions are, why do people want to use it? And then secondly, what are the incentives of actually contributing to it other than adding to the ecosystem? I think that adding to the ecosystem, so why would I want to blog about it? And I guess the last piece would be, what separates you from having this just as a Facebook page? I mean, what makes so special about it as just being another derivative of blogging site? So let's hear more about that.
Right. Very much something that we've talked about, having a clear explanation of what the business is. Like I pointed out before, have more of a, if it's a complicated business, try to explain it a little bit better on the handouts. I think this is kind of a comment, not a question, should have been a question, but on your financials. This sounds like a big opportunity, but in 2017, you're only doing 28 million. However, you've got 15 million of bottom line. I mean, if your company's that profitable, I want to hear how you're doing that. I doubt those numbers, 58 people, 5 million expenses, doesn't add up. So I would just spend a lot more time. Never give somebody something to take home and to read. Just, it's like, my attorney always says, don't sign anything. It's the same thing with it.
Yeah, I guess I agree with everyone about everything. Yeah, I guess if I can make a suggestion, it would be to talk about a specific piece of data, a piece of content that enters the site, and maybe what processes it undergoes to give it the full lexicon of sustainability treatment. I mean, maybe that's not something you do in the elevator pitch, but and maybe you would do it down the road. But it's great. You've got a taxonomy, and you've got, it seems like a way of creating something. But so what happens? I'm a blogger. I post my article. Then what happens? Does the system just take over organically, or what do you do? What's the proprietary process?
Brett?